the court, the defense and the prosecution are going to great lengths to make sure that there is no dissemination of the autopsy photographs or the skeletal remains of this child. They all do not want to see those photographs on some tabloid on sale at Publix at the checkout line.
Any reaction from Casey in the courtroom? What was her demeanor like today?
She was somewhat tearful when she first entered the courtroom. I did observe that her jaw seemed to be working as one does when one is nervous. She seemed to calm down. She's starting to develop what we call a jailhouse pallor now. She was without makeup, and certainly she does not look like the ingenue that she presented herself as prior to her arrest. So it's looks like these proceedings are certainly starting to take their toll.
Very good.
I got you.
Okay. First of all, your name and spelling?
William J. Schaefer, S-H-E-A-F-F-E-R.
William, what happened today?
Well, today we had two important issues. One, the state filed a preemptive strike as to the defense being able to raise, should Casey Anthony be convicted, raise the fact that she has not been present for these evidentiary hearings. So the judge, out of an abundance of caution today, in fact ordered that Casey be brought before the court, and that Casey indicate that she in fact waived her right to be present. The court is going to require a hearing by hearing waiver of her presence, and will probably even decide whether or not they will accept that waiver and compel her to be present. This is in order to keep her, should she be convicted, from saying that, well, you know, if I'd have really been informed of what this hearing was about, I would have been there, or I wanted to be there and wasn't informed. So this cuts off any potential appellate issue in that regard. The second thing that happened today was that the court, in fact, said, look, we all have an interest in protecting the integrity of the autopsy photographs. We certainly don't want to see them on the picture of some tabloid. In that regard, the defense proposed that they will accept the autopsy photographs, that they will not disseminate them to their experts until such time as they develop a website that is secure, that can only be accessed by a password, and that their experts will then go on to that site and look at those autopsy photographs. Also, the court's going to require that their experts sign an affidavit wherein they state that, look, we swear and affirm that we have not reproduced, disseminated, or otherwise caused reproduction of these autopsy photographs. The state seemed to be very pleased with that remedy. The court did also, and Mr. Baez seemed to be pleased since it was his idea. This allows the court to place some restrictions on the dissemination of the autopsy photographs, but does not impinge upon Casey Anthony's due process right to prepare her defense.
Casey's defense team, it was kind of like a surprise visit for her to court. Do you think that they were negligent in getting her here, or?
No, the court, as a matter of fact, took some responsibility and said, you know, I've allowed in the past these verbal waivers of Miss Anthony to waive her appearance in court, but I've been too lax, and you're absolutely right, State. We need to have a motion-by-motion determination as to whether or not she has waived her right to be present for those hearings. So it was more or less the court and the prosecution and the defense had become somewhat lax in requiring Casey Anthony to either be in court or to sign a written waiver of her appearance, and so this is a band-aid, if you will, and to cut off any future problems that you may have in that regard.
These autopsy photos, how valuable are they to the defense?
How many autopsy photos?
What kind of advantage it is for them to
get the autopsy photos?
Well, it's very critical that the defense get the autopsy photographs, because the defense listed a whole litany of experts that they intend to have examine the photographs in preparation of their defense. So it was critical that they gain access to the autopsy photographs, and it certainly is to their advantage, and now it gives their experts the ability to examine those photographs and perhaps refute any expert testimony that the state plans to offer through their examination of these photographs.
What do you think is going to happen next with this case?
God only knows. Every day is a surprise. This case has taken a life of its own, and every day that you think, all right, there can't be yet another issue arises. I anticipate that what you'll see, however, is more discovery motions, motions regarding Mr. Casey, the investigator, and whether or not his statements to authorities violate any type of attorney-client privilege, whether he was working for Mr. Baez at the time that he testifies to or is interviewed to. So just more discovery motions between now and the trial time.